Hello everybody and welcome back to term 2. It is the 2nd of November. It's actually already November and here we are ready back in school for another term of good fun and hard work. So it gives me great pleasure to do today's assembly, which is really a recap of a lot of things from term 1 and some final awards to be handed out. So I'm going to start off by welcoming you all back. It's been lovely to see people back in school today. And I don't know if anybody else got caught out by the flash weather this morning, but I came to school and it was a lovely drive to school this morning. It was very bright and sunny. And as I arrived in Sibsey, all of a sudden, we got completely soaked on the way into school. But I've dried off since and, mostly dried off since. And it's been great to see everybody back in school today. So I want to say a big welcome back to everybody. I hope your half term was lovely. I hope you were able to do lots of nice things. And although Halloween was a little bit different for lots of people, I hope you got up to some good things and managed to enjoy yourselves as well. You do so much in showing me what you're up to. I thought I'd show you something that we did in our household this Halloween. So my kids decided to do a little bit of a bake-off and we all made some cupcakes and then we had to decorate them with a Halloween theme and then judge the winners. So you can see that my son James made a grave with RIP Steve on it, which I'm sure lots of you will know from Minecraft. And my youngest daughter Evie made a spider. My other daughter Izzy made a pumpkin. She made a few pumpkins and this one had a hat on. I made a little bat and Mrs. Wright made a witch. So I wonder if you can judge which one you think would have won, and then I can tell you which one did win. So you can either put your comments down below who you think should have won, and I can tell you that the winner when we judged it last night, or Saturday night, the winner was actually James because he'd done that marble effect on his gravestone. So he was really proud to win that competition. So that was our little Saturday night and hope you had a lovely half-term break and relaxing time as well. So we've already heard that things are going to change again in the country and our Prime Minister Boris Johnson spoke to the country on Saturday night and talked about lots of changes that are coming, but hopefully not many changes in school. In fact, schools are going to stay open and that's really important. So as long as we keep doing all the things we're supposed to do, like washing our hands and sticking to the rules and keeping ourselves socially distanced and a safe distance wherever possible, catching our coughs and when we sneeze, washing our hands straight away afterwards and keeping clean, we should be able to keep our school open and fingers crossed, everything stays normal in school. And that's what we're trying to do. So let's get on to the next part of our assembly. We're moving on to birthdays and we've had a few birthdays just before half term and during half term to celebrate. So Blaze, you turned 9 on the 20th of October, just before we broke up for half term. And a day after that, Zach in reception in Pine's class, you turned 5. So I hope you two had lovely birthdays. We've also got some pictures here of Arsh, who turned 10 on the 21st, the same day as Zach. Got a virtual reality headset for his birthday and he'd saved up some money and worked really hard over some months to get that present and it looks like he had an absolute blast with it as well. So you'll have to tell us, Arsh, when you're back in school just how much fun that was. Then in the Poplars, Bernice, you turned 6 on the last day of term on the 22nd of October and you were very excited about your birthday. I remember you telling me just before we broke up. And then we had some birthdays over half term. So we had Dylan in Redwoods who turned 8. Happy birthday to you, Dylan. We had Rosie who turned 8 as well on the 27th of October, which is the same birthday as my sister. And Priscilla who turned 5 on the 29th of October. So happy birthday to you all and hope you had lovely birthdays and that you feel a little bit taller and a little bit older now. Let's move on to attendance. So we have the attendance trophy here, which Jiminy Cricket is looking after. And the attendance trophy, this is now going into the classroom. The one that won overall for term 1, you can see here, it's not just the weekly attendance, this is the overall attendance for the whole of term 1, since we came back to school until our last day of term. And you can see it was very close. Redwoods, you came second, and Maples, You came first with 98.1%. So congratulations to you. You did really well. So Maples, you had the trophy a few times and now you get to keep it again for an extra week. So congratulations to you. Okay, on to house points now. We've been thinking quite long and hard about what prize to give the children for the House Points Award. You get an extra playtime if you're the team that wins the House Point Trophy for the term, which is brilliant. But also, because house points are so important now, we thought it might be nice to give you an extra little treat. So we had a little chat with some of the governors, and a few of them and I spoke over half term, and we thought that normally we wouldn't be giving you sweets during school time because we like to think of ourselves as a very healthy school. But at the same time, if you have a packet of sweets every once in a while, it's not going to really damage you. It's if you eat all the packets of sweets all the time, that's what's going to cause you problems. So what we decided was it would be a really nice time, considering how funny the world's gone recently and how everything's changed and not so normal anymore, to reward you. Each child in the winning house point team is going to get a little packet of sweets, and that is actually thanks to year fours. When I spoke to you at the end of our science lesson, you came up with a good idea for us to give the children a packet of sweets. Now, you did talk about a little scavenger hunt as well. I think we're going to have to work towards that. We're not going to be able to do that right now, but we are going to give you a little packet of Haribo to take home to celebrate winning for your team. So now that goes on to the points, doesn't it? So for the first couple of weeks of term, Eagles were ahead. Then Phoenixes, you took over and no one could catch you. For 3 weeks you were winning. And then all of a sudden Serpents came out of the doldrums and they took over the lead in the final few weeks. But did Serpents hold on to that lead or not? Well, I can tell you that in fourth place with 396 points were the Dragons at the end of term one. So well done to Dragons. You got nearly 400 points, and I hope this term you're going to have a really successful term because we start again at 0. Then in third place, the Eagles with 504 points. In second place with 576 points were the Phoenixes. And that means Serpents with 600 points exactly, you held on to first place. So you came in the last 2 weeks and you stole victory. So congratulations to you. Everybody in the Serpents team is going to get a packet of Haribos. Congratulations. You can eat them at home. You might want to share them with your family. Now, as a special bonus, we thought it would be really nice if the one person from the winning team was drawn out of a raffle and they could take a book of their choice. So you'll see the picture with all the books that we've collected and we've got to give you as the prize. And I asked Bradley Lambert from the Maples class, because he was the first child to get 25 house points for his own team, for himself. I asked him to help me draw the raffle. So you can see now the video of who won the individual prize. So I've got Bradley here, and Bradley was the first person in the whole school to get 25 house points for himself. So he's been chosen to pull out the winner for the House Point Award. So there's one person in there, everybody's name from the Serpents team is there, and Bradley's going to pick out one winner to get a special prize. Are you ready, Bradley? Okay, off you go. So pull out a name. Okay, can you read out? Charlie, okay. And can you read his surname? Which surname is it?
Benton.
Charlie Benton, okay, wow. Double luck for Charlie Benton today. Right, thank you very much. Thanks, Bradley. Okay, so there you go. You can see that Charlie Benton, you were the winner of the raffle, which means that not only do you get a packet of Haribos, but you also have chosen a book that's yours to keep. Congratulations. So now we start back at 0, and everybody from today onwards is hopefully desperately going to try and win some more house points for their team. Okay, congratulations. Now we are moving on to the winner's wall. So let's have a look at who's made it to the winner's wall. This is from the last week of term 1. So I'm going to start off in the Pines class. It's a big well done to Joshua Lim. Joshua, you have had a fantastic first term at Sibsey. You've done every task, you've completed everything willingly with a smile on your face, and you're friendly, helpful and kind. You're kind to everyone, and Mrs. Howsam has been really proud of how you've settled in. And I've got to say, I'm very pleased to hear it as well, Joshua. You're a lovely young man, so congratulations. And into the Poplars class. Mrs. Wheeler has been really proud of this young man who's also settled in. Another person that joined our school new that in September. Tommy Smith. Tommy, you have settled in very well to life at Sibsey. You've been very confident, increasingly so as the term's gone along. You get on quietly and you try and work really hard, and it's great to see that confidence starting to come out. And so Tommy, that's fantastic. And also, I saw you speaking Italian on Google Classroom, which was fantastic. So I gave you an extra house point as well, Tommy. And well done to you. Now, as we move into Redwood's class, you'll see that this young man, he had a great week before half term, and he's got a double reward. So Charlie Benton, who's just been there to pick his book for his prize for the team, also got selected by Mr. Flynn as the winner in Redwoods. So Charlie, you were brilliant in the last week of half term. You are an amazing runner, and you completed your mile challenge in 7 minutes 46 seconds. You also did brilliantly on your reading, and you've got an improved scores on accelerated reader tests. You've done really well. You've been understanding the work you're doing and trying ever so hard. So Charlie, a great end to the term, and now a lucky start to term 2 as well. So keep up the good work. Now, we don't have a picture for this young man because he's not in school today, but Malachi in Maple's class had a brilliant first term in Maple's class. Also came back to start with us in Sibsey in September. So lots of these people who are winning have settled into life in Sibsey. And Malachi, you started with us a few years ago, and then you had to move schools, and then you've come back. So you've done brilliantly. So well done to you. You work quietly, you work hard, you try your best, and I think you have a very good attitude as well. Mrs. Ennis is very proud of you, so well done to you, Malachi. As we move into the Oaks class, this young lady has been awarded the Winners' Wall prize for a brilliant poem that she produced in the style of The Raven, which was quite a creepy poem. So she worked hard to include similes, metaphors, onomatopoeia, repetition, and alliteration. Great things to include, all of the things that are key in making a poem. Absolutely brilliant. And Freya Wheeler, you were selected. Congratulations. So we say this happens sometimes, don't we? That somebody in the family gets it and then somebody else, a sibling, gets it as well. And there's no difference here in the Cedars class. Thomas, you have been awarded the prize in Cedars. Congratulations, Thomas Benton. Thomas, this is a very true statement from Mrs. Crozier and Mrs. Lomas. You are a kind, caring and supportive member of the class. You're always happy to help any of your peers, whether it's with their work in lesson time or showing them emotional well-being. So thank you, Thomas, and well done to you. And there we have it. Back to school. Lovely to see you. And assembly is done for the day. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.